Друзья, всем привет! Сегодня у нас необычный выпуск на нашем канале. Сегодня мы поговорим про ценности, а именно про то, как понять, что действительно важно и значимо для вас, и самое главное, как воплотить это в жизнь. И сегодня у нас с вами в гостях доцент кафедры психиатрии, тренер и супервизор Турецкой ассоциации когнитивно-поведенческой психотерапии и эксперт в терапии принятия ответственности Чагдаша Ойку Мeriç. Hi, Ойку.
Hi.
It's a great pleasure for me that you're joining us today, our podcast. Like, it's a great honor for me. Thank you
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
you. Also for me, thank you.
Today, we're talking about values. So, my first question would sound like very common issue which our clients bring to us. I have well-paid job, everything is good in my life, but nothing makes me really happy. I mean, good job, good merit, but I'm not happy. What's going on?
There can be so many different things, but on value perspective, maybe we can feel meaningless because we all are human beings and we need meaning in our lives. We all want to be a part of something, want to be accepted, want to be wanted, want to be loved. And this is really normal. So all of us want to be loved. And when we look around us, we can see many people. Also, I want to ask you, so many people tries to show that they are having a better life. They are happier, they're not struggling. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
For example, when we look at Instagram,
Yes, it's true.
people don't shows, pictures of when they cry.
Yeah.
People show pictures when they laugh, when they are on holiday. And the other hand, when we look at LinkedIn, they're always finding jobs, not sucked, and they're always having great education or great workshops, etc. So when we look at that, what do we feel? So we feel that it's normal to have a happy life without problems. We don't have to have unhappiness or negative emotions. We feel like that. But after that, we turn ourselves and look others and then say that there has to be a problem about me because other people are having, better time than me. They're not having problem in their lives. We feel like that, but it's not true. Everybody has problems in their lives. But as a human being, we tend to show we are not having problem
And why we tend to show we're not having
because we all want to be accepted. And we think that if I am a problematic person, others won't accept me. Then we turn ourselves and say that if I'm not happy, there must be a problem with me. And also culture and companies push this. When you look at an advertisement, you can see, for example, when you buy a food, you can see picture of a handsome man or a beautiful woman. We eat this product and smiles. But this gives you a message. If you're not happy, there's something wrong with you. You can eat my product, you can wear my jacket, you can have my car and be happy. If you're not happy because you don't have enough money to buy my product,
Oh, yeah.
or if you bought my product and still not happy, that's your problem. There's a problem with you. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we feel defective. Everybody in their own ways feel defective. For example, some of us can feel like people don't love me. Some of them feel like I'm worthless. Some of them I'm not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sinner. I don't know. Everybody has their own defectiveness story. And then we try to deal with defectiveness story. We try to judge ourselves. We try to make like an exam to find out, is it real? Am I really a defective person? Am I really a loved one? Other people love me or not? Always try to find the truth. But the truth isn't people love you or hate you. This is not the truth. Some people sometimes like you, love you. Some people sometimes hate you, don't like you. The reality. But our minds want a clear answer, like is it a 0 or 1, like a computer answer.
Yeah.
For example, when I try to find this computer example and I have a relationship, for example, I will wait signals. For example, I will wait my girlfriend, and will she send a message to me? Okay, in morning, my girlfriend sends a message and says, "Good morning. I feel I'm a lovable person." Yeah. And then I wait again. I wait. And lunch sends, "Are you okay?" "Oh, I feel bad. I feel good." At the evening, I still wait. And then ask, "What you will do at the evening?" And she answers me, "I will be with my friends." Oh my God. Even my girlfriend don't like me. So I'm a person unlovable. I'm an unlovable person. But this is, I try to judge myself. I try to find myself from others' eyes. And you cannot find the real answer.
That's a very sad story because, as you mentioned, all of us feel like we're defected, something bad with us.
It's normal.
And we try to find love in another person. It sounds like, what should we do? I mean, we're living very, like, it doesn't sound happy or like with no hope to do.
There's hope. There's hope.
Okay.
Yeah. Values. For example, you are in a relationship. What is your mind will tell you that. Find that, are you a lovable person or not? But in what you can do, to find your values. What's important for you? The question is, why are you in this relationship? Why are you in this relationship? Because romanticism, because friendship, because love. If three of them is true, then be in that relationship. Try to be there. Try to have friendship. Try to touch. Try to have fun. For example, if I will follow my values, I will ask tonight, my girlfriend, I will ask, "Do you want to be with me tonight?" I won't test my girlfriend or my wife. I will say what I want, what I want to do. And this way, I can test betterly my relationship. Because if my girlfriend says, "No, I don't want to today," okay, one times, okay. But repeatedly, if she says, even I ask, this can show me something. But this thing isn't about me, about our relationship. There could be a problem. If we can follow our values, this could bring meaning to our lives. But generally, people follows their or our goals. Goals are the answers. The question of what do you want? Generally, we follow this question: what I want. What I want. I want to graduate. I want to have a job. I want to be married. I want to have kids. Okay, it's an important question. But more important, why I want this. If you ask what you want, you will find goals. If you can ask why you want, you will find values.
I have a question. For example, I'm in relationships and I ask myself why I'm in this relationship. And my honest answer to myself would be because of the fear to be alone. What does this mean? This is not my value, or what is it?
You're not directing question to right area. The real question is, why am I in this relation? No, the real question, why do you want a relation? Okay? Why do you want a relation? Maybe romanticism, maybe friendship, maybe connection, maybe freedom, maybe other values. If you can find your values, then you can choose, is this relationship fits for my values? For example, if your freedom values is important for you and you have a boyfriend like, says, don't go there, don't do that, it's really difficult to get meaning from this relationship. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you said answering what is like looking for goals and answering why is looking for values. We should not plan our goals before we checked our values. So first we have to check our values and then we have to plan our goals.
Yes, but I will just change it slightly. I don't say should, because we are human beings and sometimes we will have some goals without knowing our values. But we try to have value directed goals more and more.
So it's easier for us to achieve value directed goals, yeah?
Not always easy, but better. If we will tell ourselves that I have to, it is not quite possible. Okay? We can be compassionate to ourselves and say that I will try to do whatever I can to bring value oriented goals to my life. Because if we don't do this, we cannot know for whom we are doing things.
That's interesting.
Yeah, for whom we are doing this. For example, some point of our lives, we are doing things not for generally ourselves, for community, for family, for friends.
I understand that values are important.
Yeah.
But how to understand which values are important for me?
Yes, we call this value clarity. I cannot say a simple thing. There is tips, but it's a process rather than, oh, I find my values. For example, in therapy, we're trying to find them with sessions, but there is some good questions we can start with. Okay? For example, one question is, if you have all money in the world, so you don't need money till you die, okay? And your children won't need money and your grandchildren won't need money. Think yourself as this and then think, what will you do next? What do you want next? Okay? This can be a good door to finding values. I'm not saying if you ask this question, you will find crystal clear your values. I'm not saying that, but it's a good door. Okay?
Well, sometimes we have values which are like imposed by our family, our society where we grew up, culture. So, how to understand which values are really mine or which values I take outside and in reality, like I don't need them. Values of my family, but not mine.
Some of our inner values should be from our family, from our society. That's normal. But if some not same with society where I live or family. You can feel meaningless when you follow those values. At the beginning of our interview, you said that I feel, something bad.
Yeah.
Even I have, for example, somebody asked me, I can understand that he has to find about something about value clarity. We has to work. How can we work this? Again, some questions. Another question I want to ask. Think about future version of yourself, okay? For example, I'm now 40 years old. 10 years later, I will be 50 years old. Okay? I want you to ask yourself, or I want to ask myself that what I want, which person I want to be 10 years later. That I will be 50 years old. Okay? This is another good question. Again, we try to live, okay? Live our lives, make mistake, and try to find and read books about maybe we existentialists readers to find what is meaning, what meaning comes, but the best thing is meaning. If we feel meaningful in something, then we will ask why I feel this. For example, we are in a congress, I was in a workshop, and I feel meaningful in this workshop 1 hour ago. When I asked myself, why did you feel good, meaningful? Because it's pretty difficult to prepare a workshop. My mother language isn't English. It's pretty difficult to give a lecture in another language. Then why do I try to face those kind of difficulties? I have to have a meaning on this issue. And when I asked, so why do I want to do that? I find that I want to be connected with other people. I want to give, I want to share my knowledge. That's one of my values. So I stand for difficulties.
So values helps you to stand by like difficulties.
Yes, values softens difficulties for our lives. In history, there is too many great people give their lives and without blinking their eyes or go to prison for their what they believe true. They did this because it's their values, it's the way of their values.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And how many values should we have? I don't know. Is there any like number 5, 10? How many should we find them?
There is too many, there's more than 200 values we can if we try to write, okay. But we are not saying that how many values you have to have. People's has like 100 values, but what is your most important values? This is important. And what we can do is 5 to 10. Try to find 5 to 10. What is your most important, for example, 10 value? We try to find maybe 5 value. And when you are facing a difficulty or in a choice, think about your value. People rather think always, is it right to do that? Is it Do I have to do that? Is it right to do that? What is best for me? Ask those kind of questions. For example, your boss comes and tells you that you will promote, you will have more money, but you have travels a lot. For example, for 2 weeks you will be other cities. So what will you choose? Accept or reject? Which one true? Which one do you think is true?
I don't know. Accept maybe.
It depends. If it's your value to improve yourself, for example, to show yourself, yes, this is great. Accept it. But if you have a value like family, if you can have both values, improving yourself, showing yourself, you can have those kinds of values, and also you can have family value. So there is this choice will be, you have to choose one of your value group. Okay,
Which was more important for me in
yeah,
this current
which one is
situation?
hotter for you? If it's family is more important for you, if you choose yes, then you can start to have meaningless, and you will, after 6 months, you can start to say to yourself, what is wrong with me? I have a job everybody wants. I travel too many places. Good money gives me travel expenses, good hotels. There's something wrong with me. I'm not happy. Because he did, generally people accept this. Because this is society's one of general values,
Yeah. That's why I
Yes,
said accept.
but if it is not yours, okay, maybe your most important value is family, this will bring you meaningless.
I have another question. For example, my value is family, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Family, like connection, kindness, something like this, and trust. But I, for example, had relationship in past, and I was betrayed in these relationships. For example, like my boyfriend cheated on me, and I realized that I can't really apply this value of trust and family to my life because I don't have this relationship. I like the world. I can't find a person. The world is like it's not honest.
Dangerous.
The world is
Exactly.
dangerous. Yes, it's true, and I can't trust man because I might be betrayed again. So what can I do in this situation? What should I do?
This shows values really important, but they are not the answer for everything.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. But they are, of course, really important. But in this issue, also, this breaks those kinds of traumatic events, somehow breaks our beliefs about world, about future. In those kinds of thing, values will be a motivation, but won't be enough. Those kind of big traumatic events, values are really important. They are like your compass. They can show the way, but still, sometimes weather is bad, and it's sometimes difficult to go that way. Yes, values softens it, but sometimes still, because you get harmed and you want to protect yourself, your mind like tries to protect you. Okay, somebody harmed you, there's a scar. First we have to understand it's at the beginning, it's a normal process. Okay, this is normal. We call this, I try to defend myself. This is normal. But in time, I have to open myself. I have to say to myself that I have to open. But I won't tell myself to force myself too much. Okay? It's just step by step. It's a little bit. Okay? Little bit.
It's like have a compassion, like self-compassion
Yes,
for
first
yourself.
having a compassion, and then second, not just compassion. We need expose. We have to take risks. We have to tell ourselves, yes, there can be again a trauma, a difficult thing could happen. But if I afraid some car crush on me, what will I do? Don't go out?
Maybe.
Maybe it's okay. If you think it will help, don't go out. Do you think it will help you?
Really, I can't always stay like
Yes, you're
at
right.
home, stay in one place.
You can't do it forever. So we have to remember that we have to take risks. But by the way, our minds will tell us that you're defective. You cannot choose right person, and you're defective. After choosing person, if there will be a problem, you will be really down because you have some problems. Our mind will tell us that. But we have to remind ourselves, that I had those problematic, traumatic events and I have learned. And how I learned? Because I tried. If I want to improve myself, life isn't process. This is a journey. If I want to improve myself, do I have to stop? Do I try to continue my journey? In my journey, there will be, some unknown bad things. Yeah, I know, but staying in the same point could be worse. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good idea, but a little bit like dangerous idea. And it's like you should have a so high level of acceptance this life to continue doing something, even having like a bad experience. It's like I feel like I'm afraid in this situation.
Yes. And in this moment, emotions, thoughts, and body sensations comes. Okay? You have to be aware of your mind. You have to be aware of your emotions. For example, think your value is, fitness, your health, for example. Your health is important for you. And then you had a goal. You want to you have a membership in a fitness club, for example, and you are planning to go there today. Your mind will start to say that, oh, the weather is bad. If you will go there, you will be sweating. You have to come back and take a shower. Oh, you
Wash
worked.
hairs.
Yes, you worked today. Maybe later could be better, and you will want to do something. You will feel bad. In that moment, you will decide. You will do what your mind, what your feelings want to do, or you will do what your values will tell you.
Hmm.
Opposite direction. You can stay home and listen to your mind, listen to your emotions. But do you want to be a person who listens to
To my emotions.
your emotions?
Hmm.
How would a person like how would you be like when you always listen to your emotions and thoughts?
I think very like nervous and every time changing my direction of life, because like today I'm happy, tomorrow I'm sad, yesterday I have panic.
Yeah. Emotion driven life,
Yes.
or you will choose value driven life. We cannot be, yeah, like Buddha.
Yeah.
We cannot always choose value directed actions, but we can try to make more choices after our values.
Well, and if, for example, as you mentioned, my value is health, fitness, and I most part of my time I try to choose like a value oriented way, so going to the gym and something like this. But for example, yesterday I had very bad mood, and I trust my mood and didn't go to the gym. And does this mean that, like, right now from this point of time I live a emotion oriented life and everything like is awful, everything is broken?
It is
Because
not, because we are not robots. It could be really easy if we were robots, but we are human beings. Everybody has ups and downs. That is normal to have problems. That's normal. We cannot achieve all of our goals. So here, compassion starts. Okay, I can be compassionate to myself. But we have to remember that compassion isn't something soft, isn't something fluffy. Compassion also needs action. I will say that, yes, yesterday I didn't do what I want to do. Yes, it's a mistake, I can say. And then all human beings does mistakes, but then I have to continue. And I say, after that moment, example is fitness, I will try to gain my goals. I will try to achieve my goals. And I will try to be more courage or committed. And lastly, I will accompany myself. I will, of course, and I will also ask myself what I need in this road. I need criticizing myself. Is it what I need? Or I need a company, words. I need a friend to myself. We call this self-compassion.
and as for self-compassion, it's a really interesting idea, but as I like mentioned and read about this, now like in lots of cultures, I think that in general it's like a trend, world phenomenon, we are becoming like more oriented not on compassion but on success, and we are looking sometimes on ourselves like on a machine, like you have to work more, you have to earn more, it's everywhere. So like this industry, like, yeah, culture oriented on goals, on success, on money, it's everywhere, and we don't have self-compassion for ourselves.
And also, this is which, whose values are there? Also, this is an important question. It can be also my values, It could be really important for me to have achieve success in my job. It could be really important to improve myself in job. It could be my value also, But is it my value which I follow, or communities, or my father's, or my mother's? If I can find answer to this question, even that difficulties, I can find meaningful way. But as I mentioned, sometimes we try to follow community or family or our friends' values, and we cannot understand what is really important for ourselves. If we can understand, if I am a person who works really hard, maybe I won't change everything in my life. I just can change the tune you know, maybe reduce working load and then increase hobbies, not quit working, you know, because we need money.
Yeah, that's true.
If our family is not so rich,
Yeah.
if our family is so rich, also we need works, by the way, because you know, if we don't do something, if we don't help, if we don't feel we are a part of something, this also makes people meaningless, unhappy.
Yeah, that's true. So we have to connect to some like
Yes,
societies,
we have to
families.
connect.
It says I understand the value of connection. Everyone has this value.
Yes, if we don't have, you know, some kind of autism, it's important for all of us. It's normal.
Well, my question is like regarding just imagine we have a situation that, for example, I have a value of relationship, of connectedness, of family, but I can't find a boyfriend or a man with whom I can build a family. And should I like understand my values in this case? I mean, for me, it sounds like very strange because, as I understand, I have to go out, I have to try to find out someone, and not thinking about my values.
Okay.
Isn't it a waste of
First,
time?
yeah. Okay, first we can ask, why do I want relationship?
Because, well, I want family. I want someone whom I can trust.
So you need connection.
Connection, yes.
Okay. Do you think the only thing to feed your value is a romantic relationship, or there is other ways? For example, friendship, family, maybe having a pet. Are they also help for your? Are they also bring meaning to your life?
It sounds for me, for example, like romantic relationships are more meaningful than, for example, relationships with family. And also, for example, I have like not really good relations with my family. And that is why, like, I don't feel that these relations really fits my value. And like, after speaking with my family, always in a bad mood because they try to remind me about the fact that I'm alone. So I can't say it's like a super. I love my family, but sometimes on distance.
Yeah. So when we have a problem in one way in our lives, for example, when sometimes things won't go well, because also we need chance to have a good relationship, because it's not a one way thing, you know. It's you need yourself and the other person. We try to feed our values about this issue. We try to stop feeding these values. Okay. We try to stop seeing, or we start to lessly see my family. I start to not seeing my friends because I don't want to hear, oh, do you have a relationship? I have a relationship. My boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear talk with my mom, because she will ask, do you have any? I don't want to talk with them. Then what happens? This brings more meaningless to our lives. Okay?
Yeah.
This increases the problem. And we all try to solve first what, and we force ourselves too much. And then we start to criticize ourselves too much. And we don't feed our value by the time. Just start to criticize in isolation and work, maybe workaholism, and then isolation. So maybe we can start with friends. Maybe they're all fields, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you have three different fruit farms or fruit areas. Okay, for example, one is banana, the other is mango or something like. Okay,
Apples.
an apple. If there is a disease with banana farm, you can go and get others, but we stop to go all of them.
That's an interesting question. I think sometimes, yes, we like in our mind we have a protection that we should like have only banana and
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah.
It's the only choice for us.
If there is no banana, I don't want, apple. It seems like that because we think that if we go there, we will think that I have problems in my banana farm and it's painful for me. If you do that, yes, it will remind you have problems in your banana farm. But if you don't go to apple farm, this also will affect us badly. And we don't know if when we will find solution to our banana farm. We don't know when we can find it. So and also not going to other farms, it will increase the problem with all farms. We can use this as a metaphor, of course.
It's really a good metaphor because I think it shows sometimes our like black and white mind
Yeah.
for 100%. And I think in some questions, in some life areas, I even notice it in myself. You have like this black and white that I have to achieve only this and nothing else. I want to, I don't know, I want to live only with this man or only like I need only this work and nothing else. And it's like you don't have a choice.
And also, want to be happy, I have to be married. I have to have a great relationship. If I don't, I cannot be happy.
Yeah, yeah.
This is also another problem.
And how to deal with this problem? Because like if I see that I have to be in relationship, starting like finding relationships with someone else and just waiting for.
Yes, for a good one. And saying that there is alternative ways of life, ways in our life. For example, if I won't have a child, I won't be happy. But sometimes nature don't let us to have a child. Even we can have a great marriage. Nature don't let us to have a child. If you think that the only way to happiness is having a child, we will stuck there. We have to understand this is one of the way. Maybe it's okay, it's good for you, but it isn't just the only way. Maybe you can find another meanings from another stories. Okay, maybe you can have a pet or something. Maybe you can work with child. I don't know. We can, of course, it won't be exactly what you want exactly. And you have to be sure that if you have a child, it won't feel what you expected also. If you will have a relationship, it won't feel what you thought like.
Yeah, like you have a picture in mind that
It's
everything will
not
be
it's not
perfect.
true.
Yeah.
And for this, there is a great saying from Schopenhauer. And he says that life is something goes here and there, and we have bad emotions or sufferings which we don't have. And the other side, we will have problematic emotions or bad feelings which we have. Because if you have something, you will start to afraid losing it. If you don't have something, you will want to have it.
Yeah. We can't be happy because every time
We
have
can
something to.
we have to understand first, happiness is a myth. Life isn't a line. Life is like waves. Okay? We can feel sometimes happy, sometimes bad, sometimes happy, sometimes bad. Happiness isn't truth, you know. Prince with white horse. It's not true. It won't come. It won't come. And if you will be married or if you will have a good relationship, you won't be happily ever. You will happy and unhappy. You will fight. You will, you know, happy, unhappy. If you don't have, you will happy, unhappy. It's just life, always like this. But if we try to struggle those waves, try to, I have to be married. These waves will crush us. These waves crush us
Yeah, that's. And why these waves crush us? Because like it's.
because you cannot stand. You cannot stop them. Even you think that you should. Even you think that you can be always happy. You cannot be. And unhappiness, when a struggle wave come, if you try to stop it, it will crush you down. You have to try to swim the direction, the opposite direction, the same direction which waves come. This is the best way to deal with it. But we generally try to stop waves, and it's not possible.
It's really good metaphor. My last question would be about like value. I realize what my value is, for example, love, and how should I implement this value in life? I mean, I should like for 100% from these days I have to I don't know try to find the love, spend time with people, or how can I just implement it correctly in my life?
We cannot say correctly, okay, but we can try to find one of better ways, okay? First, love in a value group. It's in connection value group. If it's love important for a person, friendship and other values could be important also. So please don't just focus one area.
Mhm.
I will suggest, okay?
Look for another areas.
Yeah, and try to improve other areas. I'm not saying stop trying to find love. I'm not saying this. But try to improve, try to make improvements in those value group. For example, friendliness, family, improve family relationship. For example, community organizations in work. I don't know. Maybe Pat, I don't know. But they try to feed this value group. And also try to improve yourself at that value.
And as if, for example, I choose like a romantic field in this value group, not going on 100 dates.
Yeah, yeah,
Unrealistic. So not like putting a date,
yeah.
date.
Yes, you are right.
Only three, four, like this.
I don't know exact number. It depends.
But trying to make it like more realistic.
Yes.
That's nice. I lied to you. The last question.
No, no problem.
The previous one wasn't last. Something you would like to say to our viewers, to people who are viewing this interview? Maybe you would like that just to say something for them.
Yeah. I want to say to them that try to be yourself. I want you to try ask yourself in especially difficult situations if one of my loved ones having this difficult situation, what I will tell to him or her. Find that sentence and tell yourself.
Thank you very much for this interview. I think it was like it gives a lots of hope and a lots of compassion. And I really love this idea, like to looking for your values, because I think it's very important for
Yeah,
all of us.
you're right.
Just looking for our values and understanding why we are doing these things and trying to implement these values like step by step, not this value.
Yeah.
100 days and
Yes.
only today.
You're
Thank
right.
you very much. Thank you.
You're
И,
welcome.
друзья, спасибо большое, что вы досмотрели наш подкаст. И хотелось бы напомнить, что любые лайки и комментарии очень помогают продвижению канала, этого материала. Поэтому, пожалуйста, поделитесь, если вы хотите, просто, может быть, вашими отзывами или любыми вашими комментариями, вашими историями, может быть, интересными вам вопросами. Я всегда их читаю и всегда рада видеть вас на этом канале. Всем пока!
Thank you.